All right, everybody, welcome back to the Roofr Masterclass. I'm your host, Pete McKendrick, with my co-host, Nick, and welcome, everybody, from RoofCon 2026. So we are here in Oklahoma City, first full day of RoofCon. I think it's been pretty good turnout here, pretty
Big
steady
turnout.
crowd, right?
It's been a lot of people coming by. New booth, as you can see in the side panel there.
Very, very cool booth. Looks like we built a house in here. So welcome, everybody. Today is our Ask Us Anything kickoff to 2026. We're excited for you guys to join us. Feel free to throw any questions that you have into the chat. That's what Nick and I are here for today, so we can questions and hopefully give you some good answers here and get rolling. Maybe we'll get some from the crowd too here as the crowd's thinning out for the day. Let's start out by talking a little bit about 2026, right? We got a big 2026 coming for the industry, I think, and also for Roofr. You know, industry's going through all kinds of crazy stuff right now.
Big changes coming through everything right now, which is really cool, seeing how everything's been kind of scaling and operating and turning a little bit. 2026 is a big year, I think, for the industry. Last year, with the macros and everything else, it slowed down a lot of the business that has been going on for roofers individually. And even we've heard from supply houses that were down for a while. So 2026 seems to be that rebound year that we'll be having things coming through. As the industry kind of ramps it up again, Roofr's doing the same. We're going to go super fast with everything.
It's been really interesting here to be at RoofCon. A lot of new faces, right? A lot of new companies here, a lot of AI-based stuff showing up. Obviously, that's going to be a big topic for 2026 and all the new AI companies and seeing everything that we've got going on with that and how people are utilizing that part of the product. So, yeah, I think 2026 is going to be crazy year, right? A crazy year.
It's interesting you mentioned about the AI. It's like almost a buzzword now.
It is.
Everybody, AI this, AI that, and just really understanding like how can AI be useful. We get a lot of times that we talk with our customer base, and they're talking and asking like, "Hey, do you guys have any integrations with AI? Do you have anything?" Yeah. Good news is we've always had AI built into the system with the measurements, our instant estimator, and stuff like that. But next year we got a bunch of other AI stuff coming.
We do really cool stuff coming on the horizon. I was looking last night at the breakout sessions and the speakers here. And, you know, I think there's no less than 8 sessions about AI or AI related, you know, so the majority of your breakout sessions are going to be talking about how you can leverage AI in your business and where to plug it in and things like that. Some really big stuff on the horizon for us, right? We're seeing a big push into more depth of our products for the first time. And so really excited about that. Some of this stuff is really going to evolve, you know, some of the features that you guys have come to know and love here in 2025.
Big steps. One of the things with process is a lot of things are going to be a lot easier to complete. With Roofr, everything fits into the next line. So you go from a lead acquisition into measurement, into this, into proposal, all that stuff there. We're going to be able to streamline a bunch of that flow across it and making it a lot more easy to do, especially with our automations. Taking big steps. If you guys were paying attention in Q4, there's some big automation updates that happened, and every quarter this year is going to be another batch of automation updates. I know it's not exactly AI, but it's pretty close when you're talking about how those automations work.
The automations are definitely evolving in a big way. And I think that's something that you guys have been asking for, to have a lot more functionality around the automations, like Nick said, kind of AI-ish in the way that we've had these automations. So, which is a lot of depth there. Calendar, I think, is getting a lot more depth in this coming year. So you guys will be excited about that. Obviously, we added the Google integration at the end of last year, but a lot of really cool stuff coming alongside with the calendar. So we got a question here from Sam. Is there a way to have an automated process for certificates of completion that customers' insurance companies need? So,
we talked about the automation just now. Like part of the evolution of the automations is right now you can automate so much. You can automate job tags, invoices, proposal status, follow-ups, reminders, events, you name it in there. But soon what we're going to be adding in is being able to automate a process similar to what you're saying. Like, can it automatically send out a certificate of completion? If we already have the dynamic fields and everything built in, that is
PDF
something
signer
that we have
now.
lined up, PDF signer that's built in. So we'll be able to have some stuff there. Right now, Sam, in the meantime, that could be helpful, is you could automate a process to send a task that's assigned to the job owner of that to remind them to send out that. But the next step, obviously, will be what you're talking about, sending out documents and stuff like that, kind of like a co-pilot, if you will.
Absolutely. If you haven't taken a look or leveraged the PDF signer, that's been a topic of conversation here at the show. A lot of people taking a look at that and leveraging it in some different ways, with some documents that they're running. So if you guys haven't taken a look at that, the PDF signer is a super powerful tool. You know, allows you guys to create these interactive PDF documents that are outside of your proposal and contracts that allow you to get signatures and initials and all those types of things. Really powerful tool. And like Nic said, being able to automate that later on will be a huge advantage, right?
Huge advantage. I see Diane Gray asked new Roofr Sites.
Roofr Sites, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think that's an exciting one that we can talk about a little bit. A lot of people have been asking, like, what's this new button there? A lot of the customers that me and the sales team deal with on a day-to-day, especially on the partnership side, is a lot of companies that are just starting and trying to get everything going and being like, hey, I'm just starting. I need a system in place to kind of help us scale and grow in that. Or if you're still in the early stages and you don't have a really built-out website, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be time-consuming. So what Roofr Sites is actually AI that's going to allow you to build out your website based on a mood board. You put in your branding, your colors, your information, and then you start going through this mood board and picking the flow that you want, the looks that you want, the feel that you want, the type of messaging that you want. And it will build out a website for you once you finish that mood board in a matter of minutes. And it will have multiple pages, multiple links, backlinks, and everything else. And because it's AI, we'll optimize the SEO for it. So it will be able to find out where the keywords are. So they have you ranking higher on Google. Now, it's not to say that it's going to do all the marketing for you. You still need to get with a good marketing agency to really drive that through. But this is going to help you kind of get that ground running. It's an additional thing that you can tie it with the instant estimator, drive traffic to it, and open it up. So that's our first big AI feature of the year is Roofr Sites. If you guys go on your dashboard, it's on the left-hand margin, hit Roofr Sites. We do have a promo going on right now for it. So if you are looking for a website or looking for an updated website, check it out, and you'll get 3 months free that are built in. And it's going to be able to help you set it up, get everything moving. We've seen a lot of success over the beta. We've had a closed beta, and now we have the open one. We're excited to launch it to a larger group.
Yeah, very cool. And if you're a new guy starting out, like Nic said, we deal with a lot of new companies coming in looking to put technology into the business right off the bat, or maybe they're first year in business, they're just looking to expand. A lot of those guys don't have websites. You may not have a website. Maybe you're operating off a landing page. Some guys use even our instant estimator as their landing page in the beginning or something like that. Here's an opportunity to really quickly get a site spun up and a powerful site with the SEO optimized. Just makes perfect sense to do it that way. And really great tools. If you guys have not checked that out, if you are in need of a website or maybe a website facelift might be a good way to look at it too, depending on how you built your original site or who built your original site. You might want to take a look at Roofr Sites. So,
and that's a big thing too. We're never ones to just be like, hey, this is it. This is the be all end all. No matter if big, small, or whatever, you should be going for Roofr Sites. Make sure it's right for you. Make sure it's the right thing. I honestly think looking at it, people that are any from that small to medium sized business there that are getting started, that've been around, that just have a website that hasn't been updated in a long time. This is a great way to make sure that it continuously updates to match those keywords in SEO.
Is that the AI will continue to update the website for you.
It does.
So that's a super powerful piece too, because normally if you have a website, even with my youth lacrosse program, I have a website for it and I constantly have to go in there, remember to go in there, update it when we change things and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's a pain, honestly, to have to manually do it and to remember it. So the fact that the AI is taking care of that for you is definitely a huge asset, especially if you're a small company. Great question here. Michael wants to know, what's up with the QuickBooks integration?
QuickBooks is live right now, Michael.
Live.
So you can get it directly integrated in with QuickBooks. Just reach out to your account manager and they can do that. Right now, it is a one-way sync. A two-way sync will be happening a little bit further on there. We'll be able to get that all moving for you later on in this year. But with the one-way sync, we can get everything moving for you right now. So reach out to your account manager. You can get that synced. Your invoices go directly into QuickBooks. Update those pricing so there's way less clicks and way less tech debt built into that.
Cameron's got a question here about PDF Signer.
Yes.
And so it would be cool if it didn't have to and that we could use it as an internal tool. I think that's been talked about.
Cameron, if you were to put in the signature as only the contractor signature rather than the customer, then you could use it as an internal tool.
Nice.
So you just go in there, have the check boxes and stuff that you do, and then your contractor, so your sales rep or you or whomever, can sign it off to select kind of have a completion date. Then it could work directly as an internal tool for them there. But having the option for no signature could be a cool thing that we add in the future.
Yeah, and not a bad accountability tool to potentially have your guys, if you're using it like a checklist, to sign off on the bottom when they complete that checklist. Definitely a cool accountability piece. If it's something that you're having sales reps do to make sure that everything's getting done on a job site or final walkthrough type of stuff. Maybe you do want those internal guys signing off, like Nick said, so you can put that contractor signature in there and get that SIG on there and, have that little extra accountability.
For sure. There's so much room.
There's a whole sidewalk, but we'll walk right in front of the camera. That's okay.
Awesome. Michael, you using Roofr Sites right now? I love that.
Yeah,
Rebecca. Do you have an app coming yet? Well, check it out. Got a nice Roofr PWA app right there, and she functions real nice. So this is coming out in February, all. I got the early option here to play along with because I need to make sure that I can break it, which is important. They want to make sure that this all can flow really nicely. This right here is push notifications. So the Roofr PWA is going to be huge. How many beta users do we need for the PWA? Yeah. You need more? So if you need to get on the PWA for February, just let your account manager know there is limited spots available, but the app is here, guys. It's the PWA Progressive Web app. It's going to be fantastic. So it's going to be exciting.
Super pumped about that. We were talking about it earlier a little bit with a customer. Everyone has an app, right? And it's been one of the main things we've been asked for years, right? It's like, oh, when are you guys going to have an app? When are you guys going to have an app? And I'll be honest with you, with the PWA that these guys have gone the direction that our team chose to go, I was a little skeptical at first. I was thinking like everybody else got an app. Maybe we should have an app. I'll be honest with you. The PWA is very, very incredible. Like just very clean, works really, really well. I also worked for about a week and a half to try to break it and was pretty unsuccessful, to be honest. I really couldn't break it much. And to be honest, the functionality that you have on it, super impressive. The fact that you have access to pretty much everything. I mean, literally everything, even the back end stuff, the reporting, all the things that you don't usually get when you have an app. I had an app at the former company I was with. It was very forward facing. It was for your sales guys to use out in the field. Very effective for that, but definitely hindered if you were an operations manager or an owner because you couldn't really get to the back end stuff there. You had to go back to your desktop to get access to that back end stuff. The PWA allows you to have access to everything. And I mean, it's just super easy to get to, super clean to use, and just flows really, really nicely. I'm super impressed. Our team did an incredible job with it and really excited for you guys to get it in your hands and see it. Like I said, Nick and I have been playing with it for a couple of weeks, and it's just really cool. I can tell you that on a prior masterclass, when you guys were asking questions, I was literally replicating what you guys were asking on the PWA on the side, just to see if I could do it in real time, and was able to do it really quickly and cleanly because stuff was so easy to find. So Rebecca, stay tuned here. We are shortly to have a app for you to use.
I see a comment here down below from Danny. One thing he mentioned is like the notes. So right here, if I'm in a job, which is cool, this is really tough to see, but like if I were to click on this button here, all the notes and stuff will just pop up. So like Danny, you're completely right. Scrolling all the way down was frustrating, hard to find, hard to utilize. This is going to help out. But on top of those notes, Danny, what I'm super excited for with this PWA, this app, is that the push notifications are here.
Yes.
So no longer having to worry about like an email coming through or a text coming through or whatever and trying to get this stuff. This is going to tie it in directly to your phone. So if your phone's unlocked like mine is right now, if I get something to happen, a customer views my proposal, a customer emails me, a teammate tags me, anything that happens, you're going to be notified on your phone like a regular app. Yeah. So it's going to be huge bonus for everybody that's using it. And the reason we went with PWA instead of going with an iOS app or a Google Play was to make sure that this is being updated as quickly as everything, because you don't have to have 3 different applications, your website, your app for Google Play and app for iOS.
Yeah, and the beauty of that is it keeps it seamless, right? The way you guys will be able to use it on the desktop, it'll operate exactly the same way on your phone, because we're not having to build special versions for iOS or Android that slightly differ, right? So this way it keeps it consistent across all platforms, and you don't have to relearn it just to use it on your phone. I mean, that's a game changer, right? Being able to have those notifications on your phone now, keep you guys up to date in real time. It's just going to allow you guys to be that much quicker getting to stuff, responding to things, and reacting to events in the CRM.
Quickly, Karen Burns, you mentioned that it won't work. It won't send without a customer input. That is true. However, if you hit the preview button, you can complete it on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer as you're going through that. So use that preview button for the PDF doc and just put in contractor information rather than customer. And you can use it as an internal checklist for now. Boom. Sam, message us at Pete@roofr.com or Nic@roofr.com. Happy to help out. All righty. Got a lot of interest here. Search often refined, so we don't have to scroll all the way to the bottom looking for the end of the lead. Yeah, that's going to be updated in there as well. Notifications available for the website version as well. You can still have the website version, but the PWA functions like the website version one, Sam. So that one will be where the push notifications are. We'll be able to set it up on your phone exact same functionality, so it'll be easy there as well. Where do I go for financing?
Yeah, so we're fully integrated right now with GoodLeap. If you guys are familiar with them, they've become pretty big player in the roofing space here in the last couple of years. We have a full integration with them. If you're looking for something that flows seamlessly with our proposal tool, allows you to have all of your financing right there, the ability for the customer to apply and everything right there at your fingertips, right on the proposal. GoodLeap is fully integrated. I think the plan for 2026 is to potentially
add a couple,
bring some more in. So that's definitely on the horizon. If you guys aren't using GoodLeap or you want to have somebody else that you're loyal to and you potentially want to use them, there will be the option to potentially do that as well.
In the meantime, there's a lot of great financing players out there. Like obviously we're very preferable towards GoodLeap, direct integration. But if you're looking like an Improvify or anything else like that, there's some great options. And if you're using the Roofr CRM and the Roofr proposals, you can still utilize that. So you can build it into like links into your text, especially in your terms and conditions, or embed it into your PDFs, whether a QR code or a clickable link, and embed that into your actual proposals, and you can have that flow right across. And that way you can kind of build that in. I was talking to the Improvify team earlier today, and they have a lot of contractors doing that. So they have the link that would go directly to that. They have it built in, and it shoots directly into that stuff there too. As for like, where should you go for financing, Austin? I think a big thing is like, how long you've been in business. So most lenders will not approve you unless you're 1 year or 2 year in business.
Yeah, usually 2. I think it's usually 2 years in business.
Yeah. So always keep in mind like how long you've been in business, what your FICO scores are, and everything that is like how the business health and stuff, because they're going to check in off that. And if you're new in business and you're looking for something, look for lenders that have that option for those new businesses.
Yeah. That's where I would start, quite honestly, Austin, is I would get in touch with either Chris or his team over at Improvify. If nothing else, they can point you in the right direction. I know they have access to a number of vendors that, depending on your situation and the criteria that they can kind of put you where you should be. So I would definitely check them out to start with. But like Nic said, a lot of the more traditional vendors in the industry usually are specifically looking for somebody that's been in business a couple of years. We do have some vendors that will handle newer people, right?
Yeah.
Our favorite feature or update that came out in 2026. Ooh. Actually, nothing's come out in 2026, so that's a loaded question. But
oh, that's right, Jen, you set us up for failure. How dare you?
But in 2025, if that's what you're referring to,
PDF Signer.
Yeah, PDF Signer is probably a good.
It's dope.
Yeah.
We basically built something that functions like a $1 billion tool, like a PandaDoc, a DocuSign, all that stuff. We built you guys a free version inside the tool.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It functions really well. The process is great. Some updates that we need to do, right, Cameron? We got to make sure that you can build this checklist and everything built in there with it. But we got some stuff building out for it, so it's got some work to be doing. I think that would be my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm a big fan of the calendar. I think the calendar functionality, the fact that it now with the Google integration, I think has allowed that calendar to become super flexible.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. I also, the automations, the upgrades that we've made to automations have been really, really cool.
Super tight.
I mean, we just continue to do more and more stuff with that. I really like delay functionality, the ability to now kind of build out these delayed communications, email and texting. And our team has gone even further in depth with the timing of the delays. And
minutes, hours,
days,
I
mean, you can set it up to literally go out for an entire year or multiple years. So, if you're wanting to send campaigns to completed, customers that are completed jobs, you just want to stay top of mind with them. Like, we got the ability to set all that up internally now. So really, really cool.
Automations are slept on with us. Like they're super powerful. They like setting, especially like a big conversation we're having here with a lot of contractors, just like how's their customer communication set up to make sure that you have those good reviews every time, that they're set up, they know what's working, what's not, they know how you're cut, like when the material is being delivered to their house, when your install is. If you move that because of a rain day, are they notified automatically? So having that being done all in Roofr right now is unreal, because like you can have these event automations, which are some of my favorite. They're for created, deleted, upcoming, updated, and I think that's it. So those are all the triggers for each event. So if it's for changed and you move it one day, you can send an automatic email and text like, hey, we moved your date to this day because of probably one of these 3 reasons, kind of deal. So making that customer communication so high is going to be super valuable.
It's proactive now, and the ability to have it set up in a way that it's like, it's automatic, right? And it's so going to be so quick. It's like in real time, right? I make a change automatically. It's sending that message out. So that customer is notified immediately right away, right? It's not a situation where it's delayed in any way, right? So we really are proactive in our communication now. We really have no excuse to not be, with those automations built in.
100%. I see, Michael. Been keeping things simple as an elite user. I use Roofr Sites with good lead financing, and that's been great for my customers.
He's got everything in flow.
You said keeping things simple, Mike, but you're using everything?
Yeah, he's using all of it. Hey.
You're very modest.
Rise. So
we do rises across the country. You do one-day events. We have speakers. We have these talks. We have master classes, essentially going in and practices. So highly recommend you joining a Rise in the future, and it can go through with everything else. Is there an easier way to download our customer list? Yeah, Sam, depending, are you on Elite is the question. Because if you're on Elite and you go into job reports, you can download your entire customer and export everything on your own. So
and that's actually a feature that we haven't really talked much about. Quite honestly, of things that we liked about 2025 is our job reporting. Right, we were asked specifically for the ability to get raw data out of Roofr, and so we added the ability to go in. If you guys go into your performance tab, you'll see a new section there called Job Reports. You can click it. You can get to essentially all your customers, right?
You could filter and then find you can filter it, right? And then you can export that into a CSV, a JSON, or whatever the case you need, and pull it out. We have customers that are pulling that out like quarterly and putting it into an external hard drive or something.
Because people pull it out for reporting reasons and analytical reasons, and also I think we have guys pull it out, put it in like high level, things like that. So if you have some more sophisticated marketing running someplace else and you want to run it through there, you can. So pretty powerful tool. If you guys haven't checked that out, it's under performance job reports.
Chris, will you guys build a way to attach files inside of Roofr? Are you talking about emails, Chris? Like when you're sending emails out, you have to download that file from the job and then upload it into an email? If you are, then yes, we are creating that. Right now, perfect. You can see a lot of the clean functionality that's coming in. So like from the file manager or the job attachments, you can see it starting to work symbiotically through your work orders that will go directly to job orders, or from your photos attachments, you can pull them in there. For PDFs into your proposals, you can pull up the file manager, all that stuff there. The next step that we'll be building, Chris, is being able to add that stuff into email to the click of the button, because that's the obvious next step for that for sure. At the moment, it's kind of frustrating. You got to download them and then upload those in, but we will be adding that in this year as well.
An internal note, is there a way to notify the team member by email?
That should be standard. That should be what would be happening.
If you at them, right? If you put them in the actual note, it should. If you at them in the note, I believe they do get a notification. I wonder if push notifications will cover that.
Push notifications will cover that.
Now it should let them know. It should notify them.
Email. If it's Chris, get them to check out their notifications tab in their settings, and they might have it turned off. They might have gone in there and unclicked it, but it should be coming directly to them. Either that or they're ignoring it. It's one of the two. See notifications via the dashboard. In the home screen, you can, Sam.
Yes.
So if you go to the home screen, you'll be able to see everything that's built in there, upcoming and overdue appointments, member by member across your team, to make that very clean and easy.
Yeah, and I believe we do have some more notification stuff coming, a little evolution of notifications coming in 2026 as well. So I know the team's been looking into that and how we could more effectively manage notifications, so you guys have a little clearer view of them. So keep an eye on that coming up in 2026.
Why should I use Roofr over other CRMs? Love the question. I will definitely answer it. Look, it comes down to like the best CRM is the one that you're going to be using. So the best one is the one that you're actually going to use and actually going to be using everything. What are you doing in your business that you're able to digitize. So really take a hard look, because Roofr is better in a lot of things, but it might not be better for your company. It might be better to have a job Nimbus or Acculings. It depends on what you're looking for. Write down your priorities, not your nice to haves, your need to haves.
Yeah.
What are the things that you need to run a successful business day in, day out across the board there? And we can make sure that everything is built in there. So being able to write down your priorities, understand your need to haves there, and finding out what fits. Where Roofr can fit and really help out with a lot of people is that it is a true all-in-one tool. A lot of people claim the all-in-one, but they're relying on single source solutions to kind of integrate in to complete their customer journey. Whereas us, everything's in there. You have your instant estimator, you have your measurements that's built in that are native to this, it's not an integration. You have your proposals, your invoices, your material orders, your PDF signer, all that stuff is built in, all for the same price. So I think when you're looking at running lean, running powerful with the team, this is the way that it's going to help out with. It's not a hammer, it's a golf simulator. That's the big thing there, is making sure that, is that what you need for your team? Or do you need something super robust that has multi-location identifications, that summarizes all the reports? And I'll tell you what, like, I think the best bet is go high level Oraculums for something like that.
Yeah, and I'll say this, I think the biggest mistake that's made when we're looking at, you know, Roofr versus Job Nimbus versus Acculings versus all these other Proline and all these other guys, is you got to look at not where you guys are at now, but where you ultimately want to go with the company, and then what CRM is going to fit for that, right? What CRM is going to allow you to not only get on it today and be successful, but still be successful on it 5 years from now. We all know that, you know, leaving one CRM for another CRM is an absolute nightmare, right?
Yeah.
And it's probably the biggest pain point of people that we talk to, just the industry as a whole, right? Is moving CRMs. Nobody wants to do it. Having to retrain a team on it and deal with the data migration and all that is crazy, right? And nobody wants to have to handle that headache. So, you know, when you're looking for a CRM and you're comparing CRMs, like Nick said, what's a need to have right now? But also, what are some things that you potentially need 2 years from now, 3 years from now? What are your goals for the company? Where do you plan to be? And will this CRM still work then? Because the worst thing you want to do is look at your pain points right now, pick a CRM, and then next year outgrow it. We've seen that time and time again. Try to find something that's going to fix our problems today, and then come to find out that it's got shortcomings down the road. So just keep that in mind as you're taking a look and comparing these.
I see some in the other tab that we didn't know existed. When can we upload different file formats, such as Excel, Word, in the file manager? Great question. We have been looking into that. I don't have a definitive timeline.
For different file formats? No, I don't honestly know. That's a good question. I would have to actually ask the team.
Mention it to them if they have plans on it. I just don't know of it. But on top of that too, Sam, like videos is something that we want in there as well.
I beat the videos up all the
Yeah,
time.
so like add in videos, add in slide decks and all that stuff. Siding is a question that comes in. Will we ever do siding, Pete?
What does Matt Radford say? We're above that?
Yes, exactly. Say that. The best dad joke of all time.
It is the best dad joke.
We're roofs.
We're roofs. We only do roofs now. There may come a time. It's not on the agenda anytime in the near future, but obviously
could be an
never say
integration. I know that a lot of people do sidings as a secondary trade to their roofing company, but I think the majority of our users are particularly just doing roofing specifically when we look into like, the data from the proposal.
Yeah, and the thing about it too is that, you know, our software allows you to handle siding jobs, right?
Yeah.
Like I can run a siding job through, I can do a proposal for a siding job. The only thing really that, the only hindrance, I guess, what you could say is that, you know, from the measurement standpoint, we don't handle the siding. So from a siding takeoff standpoint, but everything else, as far as being able to run siding jobs or any trade, honestly, through Roofr, with the ability to do multiple, like we were working with a customer today, multiple options, right? She was looking to add other options for, you know, a person to do a good, better, best, and then be able to add on a siding or with skylights or gutters or whatever. And so we were doing them as upgrades that she could add on to the actual package that was chosen. And we have the ability to accommodate all that stuff. It's just from the takeoff standpoint at this point that we don't specifically deal with siding, but yeah, still a lot of options there to run those jobs through Roofr effectively.
On that same note, what about takeoffs for new construction blueprints? That one's a little bit more difficult. The problem is, for everybody here that's been in this industry a long time, the problem is every blueprint is different. There's no similarity on formats, where the scale is. Some of them don't even have roof drawings attached to them. I have people sending like, hey, can you do this takeoff? Help me with this takeoff. Where's the roof drawing?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. I'm just like, you got to ask because like, I don't know what to do there.
We can't measure an elevation view.
You're going to have the side views only.
Yeah.
So it has become a little bit more difficult with that aspect there. Now, there are going to be possibilities in the future trying to create a process for our AI and our teams.
Tough without it being any consistency to the process itself. So every architect has decided to add his own flair to that. So
Ricky Bobby, do you want to come on camera real quick? I gotta go. You gotta go?
All right.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah,
Ricky
shake and
Bobby
bake,
is
shake
just
and bake.
walking. You can see him in the background there. So. He big time us.
Yeah, he did.
Oh
Twice
God.
today.
But yeah, blueprints. Blueprints are going to be something that we're going to be looking into in the future there. Any other questions? Do more robust reporting.
Yes. Yeah, I think that you'll see that job report that we were talking about earlier is going to get more and more stuff added to it to allow you guys more functionality of how you can generate reports in Roofr. Like I said, we kind of started by just giving you guys the raw data. It was the easiest way for us to start. We recognized the fact that we don't have reporting built in Roofr. So we're going to allow you to take that information and go build your own reports outside of Roofr. But here's the data, right? And now we're going to slowly back into having those reports inside of Roofr. So you'll start to see some stuff, I think, appear there as the team works on it, some canned reports. And then obviously the ultimate goal is the ability for you guys to ultimately be able to take that data and build custom reports inside of Roofr. That's going to be a little ways off, but in the meantime, you will see some reports start to roll in to that area there in the performance dashboard. So
100%. Will measurements ever have a customizable list of vendors on the material calculations page?
That's an interesting question. Yeah, we've added a few over the course of the last couple of years, but I don't know that it'll ever be customizable. Potentially, I don't know if there's any plans
maybe like you
to
can
do
kind
that.
of pick or choose like which ones.
Yeah.
Just like our proposals essentially do that right now.
Yeah,
You
so-
create a customizable material calculations because it's going to pull those measurements directly in there. But there might be a view that kind of ties that in together as well.
Like Nick said, it's already kind of existing, so really carry over to measurements eventually. I saw a question there too about penetrations and obstructions.
Yeah.
That's definitely on the roadmap. I literally just talked to the measurements team a few weeks ago about it. Definitely a plan to deal with penetrations and obstructions for you guys that are solar guys and commercial guys. That comes up a lot. And so the team is totally aware that we need to do a better job of that. And so there's definitely a plan to kind of get that dialed in for you guys.
Cool.
But if you lose a job,
How do you keep it off your list, but keep it in our system? The only thing I saw there, if you're talking about the job report, Tyler, you can exclude. There's a button that says exclude. So you can exclude closed lost jobs.
He may be talking too about the job board. So this is a kind of a debate that we've had internally of like, how do we handle those jobs? And like archiving obviously is a big one.
That's a great point.
I believe that there has been some conversations about the potential to archive a job to where you could potentially remove it from your job board without fully deleting it from your system. Obviously, especially as we're transitioning from one year to another, some people like to clean up their job boards. They're creating a stage at the end beyond job completed or whatever the case may be, where they can move those jobs to it and just kind of dump them in there.
Instead of putting them into lost or unqualified. Like from a data perspective, Tyler, I'd like not to tell you how to run your company at all. I just think that it's super important for everybody to understand that lost job category. So keeping those jobs in your CRM, but putting them into loss and marking the reason so that you can start to understand in the data why you're losing jobs the most. If it's for like a bogus reason, like that guy was a jerk and he smelled bad, great. Like then put that in there as the reason so that you could start to understand like what's working and what's not. And that's a big part that could really help you out for the future. It's
a great way to dial in a process issue potentially, right? By seeing
exactly
what's the main cause that we're losing jobs. So many times we're just like, we lost a job. We don't necessarily keep track of them as well. We just kind of push them to the side. But being able to really have that insight is a huge advantage to dial in the process and be like, okay, we're losing jobs because of this. Is it a performance issue with our sales guys? Is it a process issue? Is it a speed issue? Like, what is the case and what can we do? If it's a response issue or a speed thing, maybe AI could be something that you plug in to help with that. So having those lost details are super important to be able to see that on the performance dashboard and know exactly why we're losing jobs, so that we can dial that in and see what we can do to help it.
Well, we are getting booted.
Yes, I believe we're getting
there.
chased.
There's a police officer. No, you're all good. Do you want to go jump on camera and say hi though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're shutting her down right now. Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, this was awesome.
That was
man.
cool. Our
This is
first
cool.
live one.
Our
High
first
five.
live one together. Very good.
On camera.
We need to do another one. Yeah, it's been a good show. I think it's a good turnout today and a lot of good vendors.
Shout out to the RoofCon team, Hunter
Yeah.
and Diego and everybody
Killed it
else.
again,
You guys
yeah.
killed it. And just a reminder, guys, if you're new to Roofr or Roofr Curious ever, we do have a new
Roofr
document out
Curious, I
there.
like that.
Roofr Curious is a great one.
That is a good.
Download our brand new guided tour and 7 takeaway steps. And I think
We'll wrap it up here. I
Which
think
makes
we
them
could
scary.
outrun them. Yeah, I feel confident we can
Just
outrun
take
them.
a step.